Chapter 4. Die Brief. The letter. The silver key clicked. It was a sharp, satisfying sound that cut through the low hum of the coffee shop. Elias took a deep breath and lifted the heavy wooden lid. Elara leaned over the tafel, her dark eyes wide with curiosity. "What is inside?" she whispered. "I mean, what is dit?" Elias looked down into the velvet-lined box. It wasn't filled with gold or ancient artifacts. Inside lay only two items, a black and white photograph and a folded piece of yellowed paper. He carefully picked up the paper. It felt brittle between his fingers. On the front, his grandfather had written a single word: brief. "Brief?" Elias asked, looking at Elara. "Does that mean short?" "No," Elara said softly. "In Afrikaans, a brief is a letter." "A letter," Elias repeated, committing the word to memory. The IE sounded just like the EE in English, making it sound exactly like the English word brief. He unfolded the brief. There were only 3 lines written inside, accompanied by a short list of numbers. "Kijk na die foto. Die man is gevaarlijk. Gaan na die boom. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Elias stared at the words, his mind racing. He recognized die, man, and is, but the rest was a puzzle. He slit the brief across the tafel to Elara. "I need your help," he said. "Translate this for me. Alsjeblieft." Elara traced her finger under the first line. "Kijk," she said. "It means look. You pronounce the Y like A in play. Kijk." "Kijk," Elias echoed. "Look." "Kijk na die foto" means look at the photo, she explained. She pointed to the second line. "Die man is gevaarlijk. The man is dangerous." Elias felt his stomach drop. Gevaarlijk. Dangerous. He didn't need to ask who the brief was talking about. He reached into the box and pulled out the second item, the photo. It was an old picture taken in front of Tafelberg. In the center stood his grandfather, looking decades younger, smiling broadly. Standing next to him was another man. This man wasn't smiling. He was tall, dressed in a sharp suit, and resting both of his hands heavily on a gleaming silver walking cane. "The man with the silver cane," Elias whispered. "The one you said was in here yesterday looking for the geheim." Elara nodded, looking nervously toward the blauw deur of the cafe. "Yes, that is him." Elias looked back down at the brief. "What about the last line? Gaan na die boom." "Gaan" means go, Elara said, and boom means tree. It sounds like the English word boom, but you drag out the vowel a bit. Boo-um. "Go to the tree?" Elias frowned. "Which tree? There must be thousands of trees in die stad." "Look at the numbers," Elara pointed out. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Elias pulled out his notebook and quickly jotted them down. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. "Does it mean the third tree?" Elias asked. "Maybe," Elara said, her eyes narrowing. "There's a very famous park in the center of the city called the Company's Garden. It has trees planted by the first settlers hundreds of years ago. There's one specific boom there, a massive pear tree. It's the oldest cultivated tree in all of South Africa." Elias looked from the photo to the brief. Kek na di foto, gan na di bom. His grandfather had mapped out a scavenger hunt. Suddenly, a shadow fell across their tafel. Elias jerked his head up. Someone was standing right outside the cafe window. Through the glass, Elias saw a tall silhouette. The man's face was obscured by the glare of the morning sun, but Elias didn't need to see his face. He saw what the man was holding in his right hand, a silver walking cane. The man slowly turned his head toward the Blau Dior of the cafe. Elara gasped. "It's him!" "What do we do?" Elias gasped rapidly, piecing together the words for "what do we do" in his panic. "We leave," Elara said, grabbing the photo and the brief and shoving them into Elias's hands. "There's a back Dior through the kumbuis. Hurry." Elias shoved the clues into his coat pocket. He grabbed his grandfather's black journal and rushed after Elara, fleeing into the back of the cafe just as the brass bell above the front Dior began to ring. Elias's notebook, Chapter 4 Review. He found us. The man with the cane is real, and he is gevaarlijk, dangerous. Elara and I barely made it out of the coffee shop. The next clue points to a tree in the center of the city. I need to memorize these words fast if I'm going to stay one step ahead of him. New clues and objects. Brief, letter, sounds just like the English word brief. Foto, photo. Boom, tree. Man, man. Action words, verbs. Kek, look. The Y sounds like A in play. Gan, go. Rough back of the throat, G. Descriptions. Gevaarlijk, dangerous. G is rough. V sounds like F. Numbers 1 to 3. Een, 1. Twee, 2. Drie, 3. Sentences to remember. Kek na die foto. Look at the photo. Gaan na die boom. Go to the tree. Die man is gevaarlijk. The man is dangerous. Recycled words. Kombuis, kitchen. Deur, door. Stad, city. Tafel, table.